Now you're talking about a really big swing.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Gun. Shot. 180. Shot.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Will. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. This is taken around the 12. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
180. Shot.
Up the middle they go. Graham. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now a handoff up the middle. Graham. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Tough spot here. 3rd down at 11. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing is Jackson. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Walker with a grab, left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To throw again is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here. Down the left sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down.
They gashed him in a big way on that last run, and defense fortunate to tackle him on the 2-yard line, but doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the defense's plan. And that's the one thing the coordinator has to do to make sure the confidence stays high. Okay, sometimes they're going to get a big play against us. That doesn't mean we change everything and abandon our game plan, but now they have to stiffen and try and keep him out of the end zone.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Stop.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Well, I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and hold up on this one, but I don't think they're doing like that.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
McPherson's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a tackle down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graham. Well, the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Bengals 3. Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
45-yard line.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Running right, here's Brown. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Third down, here's Brown. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Graham. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You see it? Hey! Come on!
Jackson going to keep it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run the counter. Graham. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. On the counter, Mitchell. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Brought down right at
Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
1-1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
11.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Gun. Shot.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Let's get set. Shot.
Now it's Burrow. Now he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
that's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
29. Bengals 10. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
he did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Hey, Alfred,
Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they can show the world they're up to the challenge.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Slot man moves right.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Set it. Cougar 19.
And they will take a knee here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tempo.
And they take a knee.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown fights through one man. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division.